I would like to be the first person to thank Lily and Vincent for recording that, and Dr. Torinos for sending me the video to share with us. Also, thank you to all three of you, and have a great break.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a great way to start break. Lily and Vincent, you guys are so talented, and I always love hearing you sing. It's been a while. I miss going to break and hearing you guys with the rest of the choir and everything. But with that, let's just start off break. Kevin.
All right, we got one more week, almost to the holidays. Let's kick off with some announcements. See what's going on in our community. So, it's gonna be a good week. It's looking like, because Gabrielle and Courtney have a Spirit Week announcement. So, go ahead, guys.
Good morning, everyone. So this week is the start of our Christmas Spirit Week. Today, Monday, we will kick it off with some Christmas Kahoot trivia, which will be in the break link at lunch. Then tomorrow we're going to have another one of our background decoration. So it's going to be, decorate however you like to in whatever holiday that you celebrate. And hopefully we can all see what you guys have. Then on Wednesday we have a Christmas scribble.io or Scriblio. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's like the Pictionary game. We did it last time. It was really fun, but we're going to be doing it with different holiday words. So that should be really great. And then Thursday, we're going to have people send in pictures of different holiday decorations that they have around the house. So if you have a Christmas tree up, we'd love to see that. If you have your menorah up, we'd love to see that too. Even though Hanukkah hasn't started yet. But then on Friday, we are going to have different holiday colors/clothes. So you want to show your spirit just by wearing them, and then we'll be able to take a screenshot at break. And then Gabrielle, do you want to explain everything else?
Yeah, of course. Sorry about the glare on my screen. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, so we're going to be doing Secret Santa this year, which is going to be super fun. It's going to be optional, but we highly encourage all of you to participate. It will be done by grade, and there are a bunch of other really important logistics that will be emailed to all of you later today, so look out for that email. And in that email is going to be a Google form for you to fill out if you want to participate. So if you want to participate in this year's Secret Santa, please fill out that form by the end of class meetings tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Miss Sherry has an announcement.
I do, and I'm going to start out by quickly presenting this. I hope quickly. Here it is. All right, so I don't know how many of you follow the New Yorker magazine, but this was the 7th, today's. It actually came out last week, but this was today's cover. And I just wanted to share it with you all because it got me thinking. So if you take a look at it, I hope you can see it clearly. I tried to make it as big as possible on my screen. I hope you can see it okay. But here's this woman, right? And she lives in a 1-bedroom apartment. You can just make out the fact that her screen is covering a bed loaded with dirty laundry. Behind her in the sink in the kitchen, it's full of dirty dishes. She's got her books piled up, her takeout food next to her prescription medicine, Amazon boxes, one opened, one not. There's a cat in the kitty litter and one who's lying down at her feet, and her workout gear and her hand sanitizer and her mask, 2 of them on the floor, and her little gloves and her bag of Cheetos and her empty coffee cup. And all of this, you may not be able to see because it's so small, but she's got little stubble on her legs, and she's in her slippers and her slouchy shorts. And then she's got this very elegant blouse on, right? And her hair's perfect, her makeup's perfect, these beautiful earrings. And she's in this Zoom meeting. She's got her cocktail. So obviously it's after hours, right? And it just struck me that, you know, this is kind of such a quintessential moment that we're all going through right now. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you look at this image and there's something about it that resonates with you. You know, personally, I've pretty much been wearing sweatpants for, you know, since March. Shorts in meetings since March. And I'm not talking about the nice shorts. I do put shoes on, but that's only because it makes me feel a little more prepared for the day, and I'm trying my best to be prepared for the day. But we all have this sort of background going on that nobody else can see, that's just kind of wild and chaotic and reflective of the time that we're living in, and we're presenting these very together, you know, waist up shots. And one of the things that really resonated to me was 15 years from now, the kids who are where you guys are right now, the kids who are in high school 15 years from now, they won't get this. They won't get it at all. They're going to look at that and be like, oh, yeah, you know, yeah, I know, I've heard the stories, but they're not going to look at that, and it will not resonate with them in the same way that for us, everywhere in the world, people get this. So we're going through this kind of unique moment. And yet, we have an understanding of people who lived 100 years ago, who lived through the Spanish flu pandemic. We have an understanding of them that is also kind of unique. So here we are connected to that. But we'll be looking, or you guys will be looking at your little ones, maybe, knowing that they won't have the same resonance that everybody else in the world who has lived through this will have. So it felt to me like just this moment of togetherness with everyone in the world, which of course made me think of you guys because of the togetherness that I feel like we always have with each other. And I so appreciate you and the fact that we can share so much together. Thanks.
Thanks, Miss Sherry, for sharing that. That room kind of looked like mine, so that's how it resonated with me the most. But I think we all understand what you're trying to say, and it's, yeah, if anything, there's anything positive I can take out of this. Not only did we all come together, I can't wait to tell, you know, people when I'm older, like, you know, I survived 2020, you know, make it a lot bigger than it was, and kind of, you know, but yeah, we'll live in the present though. Next announcement is Mr. Brookhauser.
All right, so I just have to let you all know that I don't know, it's a little tidy back here every morning. I like make sure it looks okay, but the way I do it is I just shovel everything this way. And if you had a wide angle lens, you would see all this clutter, like a Legos and bike lock and food. And anyway, that's what we do. Thanks for sharing. That was an amazing cover of the New Yorker. Okay. I wanted you all to know, maybe you already know this, that there's this like haiku Google Docs issue where you're having trouble submitting your assignments. Haiku knows about it. So if you are having a hard time submitting your assignment, your Google Doc assignment through Haiku, you're not alone. It's an issue. They're working on it over in soon. Speaking of Haiku, yeah, I too love seeing Carla's cat. Can we all just appreciate Miss McDowell's cat back there? Speaking of Haiku, Haiku is what we call an LMS, a learning management system, and it's a tool that we've been using for a while where we teachers post assignments and students submit assignments and other ways that we communicate with you all. And during this area, we've had to use this LMS a lot more than we had in the past. But I want you all to know that we are currently in a process of finding a new and improved LMS for you all. We have a little committee of teachers who are trying to find the very best LMS for you guys. And but we want to get your feedback. I've got a very short survey. I know you guys have been submitting so many surveys, but the reason we ask surveys is because we really value your opinion. And we want to get your opinion on what is really important for you when we choose a learning management system. And you all are now experts in the student LMS experience, and we need your expertise in order to make sure that we choose the correct one. And so we want to know what criteria we should use to evaluate this handful of LMSs that we're going to choose. And we need your opinion and your perspective that we don't have. And so we're going to send you this afternoon a short survey of, I don't know, it's only like 5 questions where we're going to ask you to rate various criteria on a scale from 1 to 5. 1 being not important, you don't care about that, to 5 being very important. For example, how important is it for you that there's a mobile app for the LMS? Right now, there's not really a Haiku mobile app that you can use so you could check assignments on your phone or submit assignments on your phone. How important is that? Is that not very important to you, or is it like essential that we choose one that has a good mobile app? So you're gonna give us a scale from 1 to 5 on those. I'm gonna ask you all, and faculty, you'll also get a survey as well, to reserve your 5s for the really, really important things. If you just check 5 for everything, it's gonna be kind of useless to us. So we want you to only check the 5s, the very important, on the select few that you can't live without. Yeah, Ms. Q says 5 is your make it or break it, but only reserve those for the really important ones. Otherwise, we can't use it. It'll be worthless. Okay, so keep an eye out. It's gonna be in your email, and it won't take long, but it'll be really important. Thank you. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brookhauser, and thank you for letting us be a part of the process and picking that. We have a couple more announcements until our speech. Juliet has an announcement.
Okay, Cooking Club is going to meet today on B-Day since there's no more A days left in the cycle. That's this Thursday. So please be there and make sure you have your fall project finished and turned in by then. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Looks like Mr. Williams has an announcement.
Good morning. This is just your friendly reminder that Friday night, we're gonna all come together and watch some amazing music videos, listen to some amazing recordings and music, look at amazing visual arts and photography, and just have an opportunity to actually experience something together. I know it does feel a little strange doing that in our own spaces, but part of the YouTube Premiere access is that you can chat on the side, and something that came from our May virtual event was that it really did feel like we were all together and we were experiencing something together. And because those things don't happen very often, I would really, really encourage you to set that time aside, especially our new students. We have a lot of new students and new faculty that we are featuring. So you might see faces that you're not familiar with, and it will be a great way to get to know your peers, get to know what they like to do, their passions, their talents. So again, I just really, really think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for us to come together as a community to support each one of you. We have lots of different videos. We're even doing a video of things that have happened throughout the semester. Grace and Felicia have put together a wonderful video that kind of showcases all the fun things at break and in our cohorts and all of that. So even if you didn't take an art class this semester or produce something for this festival, you might see your face. So it's been really fun to work on the project, and I'm really excited to showcase all of that work. So again, that's Friday, 6 p.m. It's going to be on our York Performing Arts YouTube channel. In the Falcon on Friday morning, you'll have an updated link where you can go directly to that link. But otherwise, if you just search YouTube for the York Performing Arts, you'll see the premiere on there on that channel. So again, put that on your calendars. Don't forget, it will be really fun. And one other way that you can support each other is, I know most of you are on the gram. If you go to York School Arts, you can see some things. I'm going to drop some little tidbits throughout the week. So please follow. It's a fun way to connect and see student work. So again, that's York School Arts. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Yeah, hopefully we can all be there to support our fellow friends. We do have one more announcement, and that's Colin, and then we'll get our sophomore speech.
Okay, so thank you, Kevin, for fitting me in here. I just wanted to say, well, we've been talking a little bit about philanthropy lately, so I wanted to say something about the giving side of philanthropy. There is a charity drive that happens every December called the Jingle Jam, which is done by a British, believe it or not, gaming company called the Yogscast. And what they do is throughout the entire month of December, or I think it's the first couple weeks this year, they do really weird, relatively entertaining Twitch streams, and through them you can donate to about 5 or 6 different charities. And I know that there's probably a good number of the York population that would be into like Twitch streams. That's like tends to be a popular thing around here. So far they've raised $1.9 million over the past 4 days for 6 different charities, including building a part of a children's hospital in their town. They've put like 225,000 pounds to humpback dolphin extinctions and a ton of stuff for veterans, LGBTQ youth, disabled people. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. So if you're interested in that, it's going on for the rest of this week. Let me know I'll give you the link to where you can donate, or if you just want to watch because it's at least vaguely entertaining, just let me know.
All right, thanks, Colin. Okay, we do have one more announcement. Jay-Z.
Thanks, it'll be real quick. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm in my slippers right now. I don't put shoes on until I go for my afternoon walk, so I'm in my slippers. So students, I emailed you this morning about second semester classes. Please check that email where I ask you to check your second semester courses to make sure your course list is what you expect it to be. For most of you, your courses won't change, but for some, there will be some changes. For example, some of you are adding an art or taking a different art class, or adding a history elective or taking a different history elective, such as psychology or econ. All juniors will be enrolling in Pathways with Mr. Partlow, so you can check and see what period that's going to be. So to check your second semester course list, you want to do the following. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. I always say that, and then it's never that quick. Okay. So to check it, just log into My York. Make sure you're on the kind of the default My Progress screen where your courses are down below. And then you'll see that there's a little first semester and second semester button. So you want to click that second semester button, unclick the first semester button, and then you'll see all of your second semester courses. Okay. So if you have a question about that, just let me know. Thanks.
All right. I think we're all good for our sophomore speech. So, Kate?
Yeah, I'm so excited about today's speaker. She's a super sweet and genuine person. I'm so glad I got to meet her this year and that she joined our community. So I'm also excited to hear her speak today. Faith Hill, you can take it away, sophomores.
Hey, Faith!
Yeah.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. The ball hits the slick wooden floor. The last few minutes elapse as I prepare to make my final shot. My eyes pace from the ball to the basket, then the basket to the ball. As I push the ball up, it flies up and arches towards the basket. It hits the rim and lands inside the basket. I'm ecstatic. As I grab my basketball, I hear a loud whistle. I look over at the clock to see that the tryouts are over. After school started in 7th grade, a teacher tells me about basketball tryouts. I've always been interested in sports, but I never had any experience. My sister plays volleyball, but I wanted to try something new. I never thought lacking experience in basketball as a disadvantage because the more I play, the more I learn what I can do to become as good as anyone who's experienced. On the first day, I walk into the girls' locker room as a wispy yet pungent smell of deodorant floats through the air. As the minutes pass, giggles and pitter-pattering steps becomes louder and louder as each friend group leaves the locker room. When I arrive at the gym, I know that about 20 to 25 kids reduced to 10 for the team. I'm anxious about what will happen and if I can fit their idea of a great player for the team. We start with ball passes, from bounce pass to chest pass, then to overhead pass. Then we run from one basket to another, trying to lay up as much as possible. Lastly, we play a game to see what our teamwork is like. I feel like I'm slowing down while everyone else is speeding up and not contributing as much as I want to. I hear air coming from the fast passes of the ball. Every bounce made on the court sounds like a single beat. Each task becomes more and more difficult for me to be good at, although I still feel like I have a chance on the team because the 2 days of tryouts give me a chance to improve on the second day. The next day, we do the same drills as before, but the coaches post up the list of who made the team. Before then, we shoot hoops to practice focusing on ourselves, the ball, and the hoop. I try to take a shot towards the basket as the last few minutes pass by. The ball flies up and arches towards the basket. It hits the rim and lands inside the basket. I'm ecstatic. The ringing of the whistle becomes louder, and I realize I have to go back to the coaches. I run over to check the results soon after the coaches post up the list. I scroll through the page with my eyes again and again. I look for my name over and over, but unfortunately, I'm not on the list. While those who got picked got to talk to the coaches, those who didn't have to solemnly walk out. I didn't feel the impact of not being chosen until I got picked up from school. It feels like I'm not good enough. It all led up to no reward despite every day I practiced beforehand. After I leave the gym, I go into my mom's car. My mom says, "How are the tryouts?" "Not well. I didn't make the team," I mutter. "Don't think of this as a setback. Jordan and Shaq didn't make the team either in middle school, but that doesn't mean that they stopped trying," my mom explains. I try to always believe that I can get better at basketball. Back in 9th grade, I was on a basketball team with people who were well-skilled, yet I focused on myself to work on my weaknesses. I want to be better at basketball because I can use what I learned from the tryouts and the 9th grade team to fulfill my position on any team I join. The negative thoughts from my head and the coach's thoughts about my inexperience are easy for me to accept, but I continue to learn the opposite of those negative thoughts and empower myself instead. Thank you.
Yeah. Go Faye.
Thank you so much, Faith, for that incredible speech. I really loved how you used that basketball, and it really created a dynamic speech. And I think, in my time at York, I haven't seen such a creative approach, and I really felt like each moment of you walking through the basketball tryouts, and you just did an amazing job. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Just an FYI, you're never gonna have to try out for a team at York, so you're gonna strive. You're gonna do great when we get back. playing basketball. I'm going to be sure to come back and watch some games. I know all our sports, all our athletes are incredible. Like last week we had Robert, and now we have Faith showing off her basketball skills. I cannot wait. Thank you for sharing, and you're going to do great things on the court. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, we're going to class now. So thank you, everybody, for announcements, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Faith. Thank you.
Don't forget the Kahoot at lunch today.
Thank you. Thank you.